Howdy everyone, YouTube land, Yahate, Gross South, Texas. Hey folks, just taking a little bit of a lunch break. It's one of the few times you're going to catch me clean and my hair brushed or anything, but just taking a little lunch break and was kind of reading some questions I've had from subscribers, y'all. And the other day I was out doing some Christmas shopping. My idea of stocking stuffers, folks, is mags and bullets for my friends and stuff. So I was out at the local gun shop, and I get hit with these questions that kind of come up over and over again. And they ask them for two reasons. One is because, being a firearm enthusiast, being kind of a prepper, survivalist, and the other from being a nurse. And the questions come up with about ammunition, ballistic gel, and wounds. Okay, wounds that I see. Well, I'm going to say this, folks. People are like, well, Johnny, what's your favorite ammunition? Which is the worst ammunition? Which one do you like the best? Which one you think is the worst? Blah, blah, blah. And I tell people that when it comes down to ammunition, it's very simple. A majority of the time, most of us, thank goodness, statistically speaking, will be doing mostly target shooting, plinking, training with our friends and stuff like that. So when they ask me questions like, well, do you recommend getting hollow points? Do you recommend getting soft points? My answer to that is, personally, the chance that any of us will have to use a firearm to defend ourselves is pretty minimal. Now, there are those of us who served in the military. There are those of us, here, law enforcement. So we have, and I'm a property owner, folks, so I have pulled the trigger in the name of defending this nation and defending my property and my livestock from predators and whatnot. So there's that small percentage of us that have done that, but for a majority of people, they won't have to. Luckily, they won't have to, statistically speaking. But I also believe in being prepared, people, okay? That's all the part about being a prepper is to be prepared. So it came down to that. I tell them that I look at the percentage and I say that's probably, if you do a nationwide thing, probably maybe 3% of us will ever have to be put in that situation. So therefore, I tell people, whatever the number of bullets I have, ammunition I have, I keep a 3% stockpile of what I call home defense or property defense, actual like hollow points and whatnot. So there's your answer on that. They ask me how much do I have, and I tell them I keep about 3%. Okay? So whatever you have in target ammunition, count the number, 3% that, fine, and that will actually be the number that I recommend of what I call home defense type bullets and ammunition you have, hollow point, solid slugs for your 12-gauge shotgun, and even sabot rounds to actually penetrate, like in case they decide I'm jumping behind your brick wall or whatever it is, your fireplace or whatever. That'll trust me, that'll put a hurt on somebody. After that, we kind of got into the discussion about ballistic gel and what I think about ballistic gel. Well, ballistic gel to me, folks, is like any other tool. It's a great tool. Do I believe in ballistic gel? Whoa. We can break that down in a lot of different ways. However, like I said, it is a great tool. But if you ask me if I have ever seen a wound that mimics exactly what you see in ballistic gel, rarely, extremely rarely. As a nurse, a 26-year ER nurse, well, I will sit there and tell you this, very rare that I've ever seen a bullet wound in an actual person mimic what happened in the ballistic gel. Now, here's why. While I get the people that make ballistic gel, manufactures it, they have a specific density that they use. They take in consideration of the density of muscle, soft tissue, bone, and they get an average people, and there's your big old block of 24-inch by, I think, 8-inch by 8-inch. And, there it is. And I tell people, well, if we were all blobs of ballistic gel, it would make my job so much easier on how to treat a wound. But we're not. We're different shapes, we're different sizes, we're different densities. You got, your muscle, no neck, beefy guys, and you have really tiny, small people, and there it is. So people ask me, why don't I use it? That's the reason I don't use it, people, because I just don't believe that it represents a true average of the average wound that I see. And in the medical profession, folks, we treat the wound, we don't treat the caliber. Okay? Now, as for fatality, and this will vary, people, because I live in small rural area, Texas. So when it comes to the fatality numbers of the ammunition and wounds that I see, I tell people that, about 97% of the actual fatalities that I see from firearms are actually accidental. Hunting, somebody left a firearm out, and sadly somebody accidentally got shot, somebody was mishandling a firearm, somebody wasn't following the rules of firearm safety. That's the 3% people, and sadly self-inflicted, okay? Now, you can't get any more fatal than the fatal T, people, when you do that on shooting, and of course center mass. You know, and it doesn't matter, as for the ammunition, people, it doesn't matter what caliber. That what I tell people, having witnessed fatalities from gunshot wounds, from being in the military and being an ER nurse for years, that when you hit something, it doesn't matter the caliber. It's this, I hate to say this, but it's going to sound really morbid, but the length of time that they're going to die. Having like seen a shotgun at close range, the person sadly didn't die quick. It was a very slow death, and we were trying to get them out of here as fast as we can. That's my take on that, people. Now, and wounds-wise, again, I will reiterate, folks, I have rarely ever seen a wound that mimics what I see in ballistic gel. So when there's my take on that part also. So to surmise, guys, if you ask me what calibers I prefer, what calibers are the best, I tell people the caliber that is the best is the one that you're more familiar with and the one that you have plenty of and have good access to. Because it doesn't matter what caliber, if you hit the fatal areas, it's just a matter of not if, it's just a matter of how fast the person sadly is going to die. Because percentage-wise, folks, like I said, 97% of the injuries I see here with firearms that are fatalities were accident, but like if you go to a big city like Houston or Dallas or something like that, and I imagine those numbers will probably turn around drastically. Like I said, the fatalities I see are mostly accidents, you know. Trying to keep my thoughts here straight before somebody calls me and says, I need you down here quick. I am on my lunch break after all. So, ballistic gel, nah, I will never use it, folks. I believe in what I call real-world testing. You will see me shoot through car door, like my other video. You will see me shoot through some other items I got coming up pretty soon. But ballistic gel, no. I just, sorry. I realize those guys have higher degrees than I do, but not from what I've seen in the past. Experience, to me, a lot of times will actually speak more volumes than what a testing will. And again, folks, it is a good tool. It is a test. I'm just not convinced. You will never see me use ballistic gel unless somebody brings some out. Wounds never mimics what I see. Well, rarely does it ever mimic what I actually see on ballistic gel, folks. Actually doing a lot of hunting, hog hunting and deer hunting, I've had people tell me that my AK-M, my old beat-up Romanian Wasser, would never be a good deer hunting rifle. Well, guess what? I haven't missed yet. And most of the time, if you're well-placed shot, I can bring them down with one round. So we're talking about 160, 180-pound light 10-point buck. And bang, one round, well-placed shot, down they go. So, folks, that's my take on that. And sorry you haven't seen me lately. I've been really busy with work and everything and just a lot of things going on. But I will try to make a better effort into putting out some more videos soon. I got some really cool ideas going on. And some of y'all, I appreciate y'all are throwing me some ideas also. So, folks, don't forget my channel is all about us sharing information, us learning, and I mean, it's not a I'm all right and somebody else is all wrong. Never, people, because whenever you stop learning, that's when you're too old, okay? All right, folks, I will catch you next time. Have a blessed holiday season. I will have some pretty cool stuff that I'm getting for Christmas. Yes, I know what it is already. All right, that I will be testing out, and you'll see me pretty soon. And have a blessed one. Be safe, okay? I'll catch y'all next time. I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse. Until I see y'all next time, got to change hands here real quick, okay? Out here. Have a blessed one.